You tell yourself one more video, then you'll sleep. That was an hour ago. And the weird part is you actually want to stop, so why can't you?
How do I stop scrolling at night?
Mate, here's the thing. Your body doesn't just switch off because the clock says it's bedtime. You've been staring at a bright screen and your brain thinks it's still the middle of the afternoon. It's not a willpower thing, it's just your body being confused. And if you're overtired, sometimes you get a second wind and then your brain goes reaching for the easiest thing it can find. That's the scroll. So what actually works is treating the hour before bed like a proper wind down. Get off the bright lights earlier. Dim everything. Right down. Do something slow and warm. A hot shower, low lighting, nothing that gets your brain buzzing. Make the alternative to the phone actually feel nice on your body. A warm drink, something calm to do with your hands. Make it easy and soothing, little buddy. You're not fighting a bad habit. You're just helping your body figure out that the day is done.
How do I stop scrolling at night?
Okay, so here's the honest truth, bro. The feed is just really good at its job. Like, it's giving you this tiny little hit of something fun every 2 seconds, and at night when you're drained and your brain is basically just a sleepy little gremlin, it goes straight for the easiest reward available. And honestly, that makes total sense. The trick isn't to just rip the fun away, because then your brain's just sitting there like, okay, cool, nothing. What you want to do is swap it for something that still feels like a treat, like a cozy show with a hard stop time, or a snack ritual, or a book that you actually like. Something that feels good but has an ending. And then, not gonna lie, put some actual friction on the apps that go deepest. Log out, turn it to grayscale, kill the autoplay. When the reward rate drops, your brain just naturally loses interest. Give it a better option and make the scroll a little bit boring. That combo actually works.
Okay, wait, because this is actually the part that most people miss. It's not just that the content is entertaining, it's that every single video or post is technically a new open question, and the brain really does not like leaving a question unanswered. So it keeps going. And the wild thing about feeds is there is literally no last page. There's no ending. A book has an ending. A chapter ends. A feed just keeps manufacturing that feeling of maybe the next one matters. At night, that becomes a total trap. So what actually helps is giving your curiosity somewhere to land that has edges. A chapter of something. A short article you saved earlier. A podcast with a sleep timer on it. And here's my favorite one. Keep a little note beside your bed. When something sparks an interest while you're scrolling, write it down for tomorrow. Your brain gets the closure it was chasing without needing to keep searching for it. It works because you're solving the actual problem.
How do I stop scrolling at night?
Oh, sweetheart, I think what a lot of people don't realize is that half the time we're not even scrolling for the content. We're scrolling because we want to feel close to people. We're checking what our friends are up to. We're seeing if anyone's replied. We're just sort of staying present in the world a little bit longer before we go to sleep. And if your day felt a bit lonely or rushed, that pull gets even stronger. What really helps is meeting that need a little earlier in the evening, before you're already in bed. Have a proper connection window where you reply to people, send a voice note, check in with someone you love, and then it's okay to let yourself go offline. You might even want to let the people close to you know that you go quiet after a certain time so there's no anxiety about missing something urgent. A little good night ritual, even just a sweet message to someone, can close that loop so the phone doesn't have to.
The issue is not simply that you are using your phone at night. The issue is that the behavior has no defined boundaries. It does not have a start point. It does not have an end point, and so it expands. The brain is not being disobedient. It is following the path that has the least resistance. What I would suggest is a closing sequence, something consistent that happens in the same order every night. You plug in the phone, you set the alarm, you do a brief room reset, you complete your hygiene routine, and then you do one specific offline activity. That is the sequence, the same every night. When the brain learns the pattern, it stops requiring motivation to follow it. Also, do not rely on making the right decision at 11:30 p.m. when you are tired. Set up the conditions earlier. Use app time limits with a passcode held by someone else if necessary, or a phone mode that activates automatically at a set time. The system does the work, so you do not have to.
How do I stop scrolling at night?
My child, the phone at night is rarely just a bad habit. It is a solution. A tired, imperfect solution to several quiet needs arriving all at once. The body that needs to come down from the day. The spirit that earned a small reward. The mind that wants one more interesting thing before the dark. The heart that wants to feel a little less alone. The feed answers all of them, instantly, and it never says goodnight. That is why removing it alone does not work. You are not fighting laziness. You are trying to meet real needs with nothing in their place. When you lower the noise before bed, when you give yourself something that feels like comfort and still has an ending, when you let your curiosity rest somewhere soft, when you close the day with a moment of real connection, you are not depriving yourself of anything. You are finally giving yourself what you were reaching for all along. And when the night is built that way, the pull of the feed grows quiet on its own.
If you made it this far, you're gonna want to see what comes next. Hit subscribe so you don't miss our next video, and click the video on screen now to keep learning more. See you in the next video.